All right, artists, so step number 1 for today is finish anything that you might want to do with your black marker. Add in any of those last details. You can always keep adding more as you go, but it would just be easiest if you finish that part first, I think. Just easiest for you to remember. From there, everyone's shapes are different. And even when we were tracing, sometimes the projection made some of the circles bigger or sometimes smaller. So you might have to wait your turn, but you're gonna have to find one of the shapes, the cardboard shapes that's big enough for your project. It needs to be a little bit bigger than your project. So obviously this one's smaller than my project right here, so this doesn't work. Okay, so you'll have to find one of the cardboards that's just a little bit bigger than your project. From there, you'll have to find a piece of black paper that is big enough for your project. Let me scoot some stuff over here. This one is just big enough. It looks like my edges will fall off just a little, but it should be just fine. So I'll make sure I'm still in the camera. Yep. I'll take my pencil, trace my shape. Notice how I hold down with one hand really tightly and trace with my other hand. You can just do this part in pencil. Then we will have to hand this off for someone else to use. At that point, cut your black mat out. This should be done very carefully. Matting is supposed to be very clean and help make your project look complete. So this part should be done carefully, please. Bear with me as I finish this off. There we go. If you have tiny little scraps, you can throw this away. I can't do anything with this. If you have a bigger scrap, I can reuse this, so you can just probably put it on my cart, okay? From there, write your name on the back, Mrs. Eaton, and your teacher code, and circle that. Now, when it comes to gluing, there are 2 options. There's a chance I'll just have you use glue sticks. When you add the glue on, make sure you go all the way around the edges. So I'll even do it once just to show. So go all the way around the edges. Those are the most important part, and you can go around 2 or 3 times just to really make sure. Okay, and then you'll flip it. And this is an important part too. We don't want it off to the side, up or down, or to the right or to the left. Oops. We want it to be kind of, or actually right in the center as much as we can get it. All right, now here's a really easy way to make sure it sticks good. Flip it and massage on the back. I'm not just going like this and that's it. Give it kind of a good couple of swipes with your hand so that it actually stays glued down. And voila. The very last thing you can do is you can add some white paint, white stars in the sky. I really don't feel like cleaning paintbrushes, I'll be honest, so I'm probably just gonna give you Q-tips because that's a lot of work for Mrs. Eaton to paint and clean all of those paintbrushes on my own. So if we use Q-tips, then I don't have to clean up. If you wanted to try to do an actual shape of a star, you could practice first on some of your scrap paper. It's definitely not as neat as a paintbrush, but you'd be welcome to try that. Okay. Once you're done with this, you would throw away your paintbrush and your paint. You will not need it anymore. And we'll have to set these to dry.